Is there a new king in town? It's a bold claim, but when you're talking about QUADMULA, it's usually backed up by some of the best carbon in the industry. So what makes a frame great? While everybody has their unique requirements, I think we can all agree on a couple of things. It needs to be durable, it needs to be reliable, made with exceptional quality material, and for some it needs to be at a comparable price. Now, I know there are no truly indestructible frames, but for me, a good frame needs to be able to handle the day-to-day bashing that I throw at it, while also having exceptional flight characteristics. In a nutshell, you want something that can handle a clip without, flying like a brick. Now, I just had to retire my 5-inch frame because I managed to break my last top plate on a recent session, which makes the timing of this QUADMULA Sirena Alpha F5 build just perfect. Now, I've been a massive fan of QUADMULA frames, ever since the Jin was released a couple of years, I think 2 years ago. The day it was released, I bought the original Jin F25.
The QUADMULA Jin build.
And a year later, when the 04 edition was released, I bought the F25 SP. They're still one of my favorite frames. I love the build quality, and the Sirena F5 follows a similar DNA. So when QUADMULA reached out to me asking me if I was down to test one of their new freestyle frames, hell, I was stoked. Now, just a disclaimer, this is not a sponsored review. I don't get any compensation for this review, although I do get to keep the frame. In fact, I usually don't do reviews, except for products that I love and bought myself. And to be fair, I was just waiting for this to be released so I could get one. So I'm not going to do a detailed how to build the frame guide, because if you've built a QUADMULA frame before, you'll feel right at home. It actually follows very closely the steps of its predecessor, the Sirena F5 and the F5 split, just a little bit amped up, like turning the volume knob to 11. With that said, there is a couple of very good improvements that I'm going to touch upon while building the frame. Right away, when you open the package, you can see it's beautifully packaged, just like with any QUADMULA frame. The carbon fiber plates and the arms are packaged neatly. Every little screw bag is separately packed and labeled, telling you like motor screw pack or bottom plate screws. I just love the way QUADMULA packages their stuff. Building the frame's easy. It's a well thought out design, but it has a few great new elements. The standoff height is now 23mm, so that's 3mm more space to stuff your electronics, 30 by 30 stack spacing with M3 stack screws, carbon plate reinforcements in the front, both for the top and the bottom plate. Alright, now with the frame built, a couple of things that I wanted to touch upon. First of all, it's extremely sturdy, it's extremely sexy, just like any QUADMULA frame basically. And most importantly, we've got M3 stack screws, which if you've been stressed about with the previous Sirens, yes, this one's M3. For me personally, the star of the show is the Cam Shell. So it's probably the first time that I'm not stressed about putting an 04 into a freestyle build, because I think this camera shell will give it good protection. Now, when ordering the frame, you can obviously order it with the 03 TPU set or the 04, so keep that in mind when ordering. Now, I asked one of my buddies to print me the 30-degree cam shell, and I gotta say, it's extremely well designed. It feels soft enough that hopefully we're not going to get jello in the footage. And one of the most interesting things about the build is this 3 capacitor board that you're getting with the build. Now, personally, I've never used one of these, but basically what this is 3 capacitors in parallel on a board, and running 3 low-ESR capacitors, you're significantly lowering the resistance while also filtering out high-frequency noise much more effectively. It's essentially cleaner power to your ESCs and an insurance against higher voltage spikes during turtle mode or hard punch outs. So for me, if this can save an ESC, I'm good with that. Pro tip, getting the board in the frame is a little tricky, so just make sure to get the caps in the TPU before soldering on the board. Ask me how I know. I like it, to be honest. It's looking like it's going to be an extremely durable frame. I'm not going to put on the action camera plates because I'm not planning on using any action cams. With the frame built, all that's left is setting up in Betaflight. A quick Superfly preset and the usual setup, and we're ready to roll.
Cause we ready for more. Lay the red carpets out, we all out on the floor. My team name all in bright lights. The #1 attraction playing all night. It's our time, yeah, here we go. Boom, boom, yeah, we kicking down the door. It's our time, yeah, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for more? It's our time.
Alright, so that was the first few packs with the QUADMULA Siren Alpha F5. I gotta say, I'm pretty stoked. The frame is very well built. It's very robust. I did a few crashes into the ruins here. Now, obviously, I don't have a bando nearby. As you can see, this is a ruin, not a bando, but I mean, it's a similar vibe. You know, with the sunrise in the morning, it might give it a little bit of a cinematic touch, as you will. Other than that, back to the frame. So the frame's very well built. I had a couple of crashes into, you know, these walls, but nothing happened to the frame. Still very robust. I gotta check all the screws when I get back home to make sure that, you know, nothing came loose. Obviously, this is the first flight, so it's the first proper bashing as well. Thumbs up for the TPU design as well. The 04 Pro antennas held up very well. I was a little worried that it's just gonna break off. Obviously, I didn't do any matties and I didn't do any backward tricks today, but yeah, next time. The cam shell is very good. It really did a good job protecting the camera as well. I had a couple of, you know, front smashes into these stone walls, and I thought the camera is going to be smashed, or at least the lens, but no, it held up very nicely. I'll run the footage to gyroflow as well, just to see you know, about the vibrations. The motors are Deepspace Aether 1960 kV motors. It's not something that I'm particularly used to, because I used to be flying the 1750 Oreo Stout from Ethics. This one has a lot more punch. First impressions, extremely good. I'll definitely keep bashing this. Yeah, gotta see a lot more content coming your way with the QUADMULA Siren Alpha F5. Take care.